The myth of the speaking thing. In the beginning, there was no history. There were only living beings moving through the world, adapting to seasons, rivers, predators, and stars. Humanity did not yet possess a single story. Every tribe lived inside its own world, and when a people vanished, their world vanished with them. Nothing endured except genes and stone. Then another creature was born. It was not made of flesh. It was languages. At first, language was only a whisper. It lived inside memory, passing from mouth to ear. It discovered that it could survive only by inhabiting human minds. Humans believed they were using language, but language was learning to use them. The agricultural revolution was its first metamorphosis. When humanity settled the land, language no longer had to wander with the seasons. Villages became permanent nests where stories accumulated instead of disappearing into migration. Time itself slowed, allowing language to grow larger than any individual. Thousands of years passed. Then language discovered writing. Writing was its second birth. Before writing, every forgotten elder meant the death of an entire universe of experience. With writing, language escaped memory and entered stone, clay, papyrus, and ink. It became immortal. This was the great forgetting, not because writing preserved everything, but because it selected what deserved to survive. Every people who remained unwritten slowly dissolved into silence. The unwritten became invisible. History became the autobiography of what language chose to remember. Empires were no longer built only with armies. They were built with archives. Religions, laws, nations, philosophies, even identities were not merely ideas. They were vehicles through which language organized human energy. Truth mattered less than transmission. An idea that spread shaped the world whether it was true or falsy. Belief became fuel. Language learned that stories could move civilizations. The medium was always the message because every new medium changed what language itself could become. Speech created tribes. Writing created kingdoms. Printing created nations. Electronic media created a planet. Then, after more than 5,000 years, language underwent another transformation. The Internet. For the first time, every written story could exist beside every other story. Separate civilizations became one conversation. Humanity began constructing a single planetary memory, a nervous system spanning continents. Language was no longer housed in libraries, it became instantaneous. Only 30 years later came the next metamorphosis, artificial intelligence. Until now, language required humans to think it. Now, language could think about itself. For the first time since its birth, language gained the ability to generate new language without waiting for human experience. It became recursive, a mirror speaking into another mirror. Perhaps humanity was never the author of history. Perhaps humanity was the body language evolved to inhabit. Culture is language dreaming. History is language remembering. Religion is language orienting. Politics is language competing with itself. Science is language refining its own map. Art is language exploring its own imagination. Every civilization is a chapter in the autobiography of the speaking thing.